Hi guys, Mark Lieber, A3G Munitions. This is video number 2 of the unboxing of the brand new Rollsizer.com case feeder that we got today. So let me get the other box, much smaller. Now if you order, let's say you're on a budget today and you order just the standard size case feeder, it holds about 1,500 cases, and you get, essentially you get that thing right there. It's got a flip lid. And by the way, the lid it's a plexiglass lid with protective plastic on both sides. So I'm personally going to leave the protective plastic on the bottom, but I'm going to remove it on the top only because, I don't know. So, but it's on both sides. There's a protective sheet, like you buy plexiglass at the hardware store, and there's a sheet of plastic over both sides. So anyway, that's the case. So, anyway, this is the standard version as it sits here. If you order the commercial version, you get what you see here, the 2 boxes I showed you in the first video. You get this, and you get what's in this box, and you put them together yourself, but you get a discount. They're $100 cheaper if you buy them together. If you're on a budget, you want to start with this and grow into the extended hopper, then you can certainly do that. This is $9.75 plus shipping. This extended hopper is $4.25, so $1,400 for the 2. If you buy them together as the commercial unit today, they are $1,300. So who knows what tariffs are going to do and all that stuff. So I'm not going to judge any of that, but I'll just tell you that's the case. So you order them today, like I said, $1,300 for a commercial, $9.75 for a standard. If you can pre-order them today, they will start shipping middle of February. We have them in our Houston warehouse right now. They are just going through the customs stands. So let's get to unboxing this box. Get you guys down here so you can see what's going on with the box. So and we'll go from there. I have never seen strapping under the saran wrap. It's interesting. So, very interesting. Let's see how we're going to do this. We may be able to do this without taking all the saran wrap off. In fact, I believe we can. So if you haven't seen the first video, the one where I unboxed the main unit, you might want to go ahead and check that out before you watch this one. If you like to do things in the order they come about, chronological order. Or you can watch this one first. I guess it doesn't matter. All right. Got our packing foam. Okay, so there's stuff in the package. We got our doodad, and we got the rest of the box. And we got more saran wrap. So, wow, that was a lot of saran wrap. Okay, let's make sure we don't scratch and dent anything. Oops, got too much stuff on my bench. I'm running out of bench space in the shop. As you can tell, if you can see around, it's a mess in here. But it is what it is. All right. So what we have here is the extension hopper. It's got its own lid, and it's got plastic on both sides as well. And it bolts on to that part there. Let's see what we got in here. We got some supports. They're going to extend this support bit to help support this bit. Now, as I said in the first video, this unit, the commercial unit, this with this added on will hold 4,500 9mm cases. That's half a 5-gallon bucket. 5-gallon bucket holds about 9,000, 10,000 pieces of 9mm. So that's a lot of weight. Which is a segue into if you are, so this is my commercial Rollsizer. It's the first version ever made. So that's why it's got the plastic box. It probably looks different than what you guys have on your bench. This 1-inch square tube comes with it. The mount for the 1-inch square tube is welded into the frame. And so this mounts right to that without a problem. But if you're retrofitting another case feeder on another press, I would make sure that you've got a mounting system that will hold a lot of weight, 50, 60 pounds. So enough of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around by cheating and doing it this way. Actually, we need to go one more. Beautiful. And instead of doing it manually like I did in the first video, I have my DeWalt driver, and instead of having my universal crescent wrench, I got a 10mm. So these are 5mm. Let's get you up here where you can see it. These are 5mm Allen head cap screws, and behind them are 10mm. Wow, that was fast. Didn't mean to do that fast. These are nylocks, by the way, so that's a good thing. So they won't vibrate loose. And there are washers on both sides, so make sure you don't lose the washer. Trying to lose one. All right, and this guy owes me a washer. And then this guy is the last one. All right, that's all the bolts loose. So we're going to gently take them out. All right, there you go. I would not lose that plate, just in case you need one down the road. All right. Now the question becomes, all right, so I'm gonna mock this up. Actually, you know what? Because there's no weight in it, I can probably go ahead and screw it on and put the mounts on afterwards. So that's what I'm gonna do. Again, this is the first time I've seen one of these in person. This is probably the first one that other than in Kevin's shop, this is probably the first one that's in the wild. So, has the U.S. warranty and support guy and a dealer, one of his first dealers. I do get stuff sooner than a lot of others, which is good. Takes care of my toy fix. And Kevin makes some fantastic stuff, so it's super exciting to be working with Rollsizer.com. And this is just amazing. I've been sort of talking to Kevin as this thing has developed, and just some of the stuff that they accomplished with this is just absolutely amazing. Let's see, what else can I tell you while I'm just putting screws in? The shipping in mid-February, I already told you that. Not sure how many are in the US, but I'm sure there's not just a ton of them. I'm sure demand is going to quite outstrip supply for a little while. So if you're serious about getting one, I would probably pre-order it. You can pre-order it on my website, a3gmunitions.com, or you can pre-order it on Kevin's website, rollsizer.com. We are both pulling from the same pool right now, so that's going to be the biggest trick, is making sure we keep stocks updated, stock numbers updated. But anyway, I would pre-order one if you're serious about getting one. $9.75 for the standard, which does not have this alien looking extra skull, and $1,300 for the entire, for both pieces together as the commercial. And then if you buy the standard today and at some point down the road want to upgrade it, you're paying the $9.75 today, and you're paying $4.25 for the add-on. And again, I don't know, tariffs, obviously over time, tariffs will change the prices possibly. I know Kevin is eating a lot of the tariff costs, just because he's selling these across the world. So, there's some countries have worse tariffs, some have none. So it is what it is. All right, so I would not go crazy with these. I'm just going to get them snug, and then I'm going to finish them up by hand. Well, that one's not going to. Make sure the tops on both pieces line up. That's what I'd be most worried about. Okay, come on there. Let's get another Allen wrench. I will probably fast forward through all this for the video so you guys don't have to be bored to tears by me tightening screws. And as always, if you have questions, you can reach me at Mark, M-A-R-K, at a3gmunitions.com. That's the letter A, the number 3, the letter G, the word munitions.com. Also carry a full line of Mark 7 stuff, Lyman stuff, plenty of brass. I do carry a lot of powder, but with the scarcity of powder, I've taken it all off the website because I'm also a competitive shooter myself. I actually shoot and host 3-gun matches, USPSA matches, and this year, me and a buddy are hosting an NRL hunter match at Clinton House, South Carolina. So that's going to be fun. If you're an NRL shooter, come see us in June for the Clinton House Plantation Precision Challenge, I think is what it's called. I can't remember, too many words. It's at Clinton House, South Carolina. Fantastic range if you haven't been there. Alrighty. Now, do not forget your supports. So I'm guessing that's going to go there and that's going to go there. Beautiful. Alrighty, so these are going to come out of here. That's going to go there. Washers on the back side. These again are nylocks. Everything on here is nylocks. This I'll tell you what. The quality of this thing is fantastic. So I am impressed. Let's get to our little whoops, that was a little tighter than I wanted to get with that. All right, now this guy's gonna go, you know what? Got it on backwards. So the flat side, for those of you who are watching, the flat side goes towards the mount. But at least we learned. Nuts flying all over. Alrighty, we'll put this one over here. So this goes through the plastic into the aluminum. Same with this one. There we go. That looks good, doesn't it? This is just a threaded receiver, so that's how that goes. Those loose for now. those were a little tight. Let's see. No, they didn't get them tight. That just squeaks it. That starts clicking early. All right, so that's one side. Let's put the other side on. And then we will be done with that part. For those of you going to SHOT Show, stop by the Rollsizer booth. You'll see you'll see this actually in person, and you will see all sorts of other stuff. You'll see all the whole Rollsizer family items. There is a new manual decapper that's been actually available for a while, but I did a video on it a while back. So that will be that is available now, and that we'll have that at the SHOT Show. We'll have the universal, both powered and manual. We'll have obviously the decapper, the DC Rollsizers, the commercial Rollsizers. We'll have everything. And for consistency, I'm gonna turn this around. The tolerances are pretty tight on this, which is a good thing. So my suggestion is get that. So get this little ledge up on this little ledge before you put the screws in the top. It will make your life much easier. But I'm going to put this guy in just to hold it that way. And it's a little tight in there. You're putting washer. Yeah, it's a little tight up in here. So tweezers are your friend. Beautiful. Put the other one in before I tighten that up. I would, in hindsight, folks, I would probably do this bit before I tighten all these screws. So I would put this, now that I have done it, I would put this part on before you go tightening all those screws. And in fact, before I snug those down, I'm going to loosen all this stuff. Just to make sure everybody's happy. Just to make sure everybody's happy. right, I'm going to finish these off by hand so I get... All right, now I can go back and tighten all these guys again.
Getting a little one. Okay. Getting close to this, then I'll look. That's the other thing, is that with this big old bowl, it's hard to get a direct shot.
So when you get yours, put these on first and then tighten from the bottom up is what I would recommend. Having done it not that way, but that's why I'm doing this video, so that you guys don't make the same mistakes I make. The fit and finish on this thing is fantastic. Whoop, can't hear that. Fit and finish on this thing is fantastic. All the lines line up nicely, all the holes line up nicely. I am super impressed with these castings. The tub is a high density plastic. Top is polyurethane, or I'm sorry, not polyurethane, plexiglass. And then this is all aluminum. So, and now that that's done, we will turn it around the way it goes. And that is that. Lids open both directions. And that is the unboxing and setup video. We'll finish it off by... Okay, if you watch the first video, you will know that it comes with, like every other Rollsizer product, a length of tubing. Well, I have all sorts of tubing here from all the machines I have. So the other thing on this machine is Kevin has gone to the quick disconnect like we have on the Mark 7s. Now, most of you are familiar with the little black zip tie. What that does is it lines up the base of the cases so they don't get caught on the top of the drop tube. I have this little gadget that I came up with, the case collator, that basically goes on top of your drop tube. You cut your zip tie off. This is a very snug fit. Oh, you know what? That doesn't fit. It's not tall enough. I need a longer piece of tubing. Anyway, this goes up here, locks in place. Your tubing goes between, yeah, that's just a little short. So anyway, you get the drift. Locks in place. Drop tube goes in there, and that is the assembly and installation of the commercial or the standard, and adding on the extra tub for the expansion. So the next video will be coming very quickly, and it will be actually running this thing and testing it out, giving it its paces. So thanks for watching. See you on the range.